Welcome to the instructional part of the video. You can get tabs and backing tracks if you go to my website at www.erichaugenguitar.com. Let me talk about the toys I'm using today. This is a 1995 Gibson Les Paul Classic. I am in the neck pickup. I'm going into my pedal board using my Strymon Deco and my Strymon Flint for some crunch and reverb. A Silvertone 1484, mic'd up with a Rode NTR active ribbon mic. That's what you're hearing. Now let us learn this very useful little trick. The background progression mainly is just A, E. With a little cool walk up, which we'll talk about in a second. So if the progression is E, or E major, you know, if we're thinking Dickey bets, I'm thinking E major pentatonic. Let's review. 0, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2. Then it goes up. 4, slide to 6, 4, 6, 5. Next octave. 5, 7, 9, 7, 9, 12. One of my favorite scales. It's a beautiful flowing diagonal pentatonic major. Now that's mainly what I'm thinking out. First lick is a bend on the 4th fret of the G. That's the first thing. Now, here's the first stutter syncopation. Let's talk about it. Here is what the Dickey Betts syncopation trick is. I'm playing around with 3 notes really. A 2 on that D, a 4 on the A, and a 4 on that D. And it works in any scale, in any kind of structure, as long as you have 2 notes that are on 1 string higher and 1 note on 1 string lower. 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 0, 4, 4, 4. There it is. Now, my advice is to practice that a lot. Now, it seems like not a lot is going on, but what you need to realize is that if we have 4, 4 going, what you're really doing is that's the diddly beat, the bow diddly. So I don't know if he invented this, but you do hear it in bluegrass. You hear Jerry Garcia do it. You hear a lot of people do it. It's a great way to get some push and pull because, yeah, you have that 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the feel to get. It's tempting to go to just try and do it fast, but it's really all about the push and pull against the 4, 4. That's the lick, and you're going to see it again because I made a giant run of it just to really drill it in. So the lick, though, as it continues on, I get out of it by sliding from 4 to 6 on the D. 6, 4, 2, 2. That's how I get out of that. And then another. Another bend on that 4 of the G. 4 to 6 on that D. And then I kind of did a little Figaro, which is 6, 4 on the D, landing on the 7 of the A, which then gets me to, I had to construct a lick that goes with this, the walk up, which is a which I don't know why I put that in there. It is nice though, it breaks it up nicely. And so if that's a D walk up, I was thinking go up to this inversion of D, this, which is really, if there's a D here, I'm thinking of this D shape and the inversion of it. So I'm on 7 of the G, 7 of the D, 9. That's the first thing. One little walk down, so I'm on a 6 of the G, and then the bass line hits a G, so I'm implying a G chord, thinking of that shape, which is just, 4 on the G, 5, 5. That's also a B, that's, part of a G chord. And then an A power chord. So that cool little lick, which goes as a counter melody, because if this is why I did it, because if it's going up, counterpoint rules are it's always pretty if one thing's coming up from the bottom, the other's coming down from the top, and they cross over. That's why it goes down. Now, here comes just a pile of that syncopation. So it starts with this 6, 4, and 7. 6 on the D string, 4 and 7 there. There's the first one. So that's the lick again. And so how it connects to the next position, it goes. So it's 2 of it, and then to kind of move up to the next spot in the scale, I needed a couple more notes, so that's 4 on the D. 4 on the D going up. Now here I am at the next little spot in that major pentatonic with this 6, 4, and that 6. See what I did there? I just did the same thing again on the next part of the scale. So then the little extra notes to connect it. 4, 6, 5, 6, and now, oh look, there's a 7, a 5, and a 6. So there's 3 more notes I can do it to. So yeah, those 3. I'm basically done with it by that point. And I'm going to get out of it, sliding from that 7 on the B up to 9, sneak in a little 7 on the high E, and then a little 7, 9, and then I just had a little more to play along to, so I do a little bend on this 9, just a 1-step bend, or sorry, a 1/2-step bend. Because that's, matches with that part. And then the track ends with that. Why? I don't know. Divine intervention, I don't know. So that's 5 on the B, and then 6 on the G. There it is. So before I go, the main principle is that wherever you have 2 notes on a string and another note on another string, you can do this. Watch, I'll put it in minor. I could put it in, I don't know. I use this in any key, in any scale. I could do it all over, let's say A minor here. Yeah, that was great. But you see the idea that it's a great way to get notes without just using the kind of usual guitar player tricks. Yeah, that's all we'll say for today. A lot to think about there, a lot to practice. I know it takes a while to get that roll, to get that syncopation, but once you get it and can see what the pattern is, as in 2 notes on one string, 1 note on a string below, it kind of can be anything. You can apply this to major scales. You can apply this to minor scales and blues scales. So kind of any context. Right now I did it in a Dickey Betts context, but you can bet, pun intended, that it'll work elsewhere. I think that's all I wanted to say about that. Yeah, definitely it's deceiving, and it's a little trick, but it's a great way to get more notes and syncopation out of what you're playing rather than just trying to shred stuff, because you're using the pushing and pulling to kind of create that friction rather than just trying to create, a machine gun rapid fire series of notes. I think that makes sense. Good luck with that. Thanks for watching.